take out by His Excellency Mahmood Quraishi, Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, Foreign Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. His Highness Prince Faisal arrived in Islamabad this morning for an official visit at the invitation of His Excellency Mahmood Quraishi. The two foreign ministers held detailed delegation-level talks and one-on-one meetings at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. To brief you on the discussions, may I first request the Honorable Foreign Minister Mahmood Quraishi for his remarks, please. Sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, I'd like to begin by welcoming my friend, my brother, His Royal Highness Prince Faisal to Islamabad. We've had we've had delegation-level talks in which we reviewed, we took a comprehensive review of our bilateral relations. You know, our ties have been fraternal and historic. At the bilateral front, we are very comfortable the way things are moving, and we can only improve on what we have. What we focused on basically was how we can improve our economic linkages. We do have, we have over 2 billion Pakistanis in Saudi Arabia contributing to economic and social development of Saudi Arabia. But how we can further create economic linkages through enhancement of bilateral trade and promotion of investments. And to do that, the leadership has taken a big decision and given us the responsibility to get it implemented, and that is the establishment and the activation of the Saudi-Pakistan Supreme Consultative Council. I'm happy to share with you that yesterday there was a senior official discussion on that, and we have made good progress on what the structure should be, what the organization should look like, and what should be the work plan. Focal persons, we've decided that there will be a focal person in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here, and there will be a focal person in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Saudi Arabia to oversee the progress that is being made on this front, so that we can have a structured, institutionalized way of looking at our bilateral relations. Having said that, we discussed some new and interesting areas, an area that you would be interested in: information, media, culture, entertainment, sports. Saudi Arabia, under the new leadership, the leadership the Crown Prince is providing, the Vision 2030, is looking at transformation. And this is one area where we can contribute and which has not been tapped in the past. So, how do we build those cultural linkages through cultural diplomacy? How do we, as the Foreign Minister was pointing out, there are 2 million Pakistanis, and they'd love to see Pakistani films being screened there. They would love to see, a favorite singer of theirs perform in Saudi Arabia. Now, that's an area that we were not looking at in the past, and that is an area where we should open up and see how we can promote, besides the strong religious linkages, the cultural linkages that the two countries have. And then on top of that, climate. How climate is impacting the world, and how Pakistan in the developing world has taken this initiative under the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan and the Crown Prince, his initiative of Green Saudi Arabia, the Green Middle East. How do we dovetail the two and work together in cooperation? International cooperation is required, and how do we work on that collectively? I must share with you that I thanked the Foreign Minister and through him his government, the leadership, for the unwavering support given to Pakistan on FATF with clarity. And we shared the pranks that they went through when they were sort of strengthening their institutions, the steps that we have taken, and the support received from Saudi Arabia has been phenomenal. And the other issue, which is a very emotive issue for the people of Pakistan, the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. Saudi Arabia, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, is part of the contact group on Jammu and Kashmir. And they have been forthright. They have been supportive. Look at the joint communiques, the resolutions, the OIC position, they have shown clarity and consistency in supporting Pakistan on that. And I shared with the Foreign Minister the latest situation in the occupied, Jammu and Kashmir. We also had a good discussion on the evolving situation in Afghanistan, what to expect, what the challenges are, and what the opportunities lie ahead of us. And we have, I'm happy to share that our approach is the same. We're looking at things in a similar, our perspective is the same. Our objectives are shared, and we had a good discussion on that. And generally, discussing the region, we had a good discussion on the region, issues of Pakistani community living in Saudi Arabia. There are quite a few that I shared. There are about perhaps 400,000 today who are in Pakistan wanting to go back, and they are facing challenges, travel restrictions and, issues of vaccination, and how the Saudi government can help facilitate students, Pakistani families residing in Saudi Arabia and their children who have gone beyond schools and need admission in universities, how we can help and facilitate them. So we looked at different ways of facilitating the community, and as you know, Prime Minister Imran Khan is very keen on and very, very supportive of these Pakistanis who live abroad and have been remitting money to Pakistan. Excellency, this year our remittances have been highest ever, and Saudi Arabia is one of the most important countries in its contributions to Pakistan. Our diaspora over there. So people who are genuinely contributing to Pakistan, they have to be looked after. The consular services we are trying to improve. We set up a portal, and we have requested the Foreign Minister to look at some of the challenges that they are facing. And last point, I also shared with the Foreign Minister our flagship project called CPEC, the concept and the opportunities for Saudi investors to come and invest in the special economic zones, and the opportunity for Saudi Arabia and the contribution Pakistanis skilled, semi-skilled professionals can make towards the Vision 2030. They will require people, and who could be trusted more than Pakistanis who've spent decades and are known and are with that they share values and can very easily assimilate into their society. How we can promote more Pakistanis working in Saudi Arabia, contributing to Saudi development further. So on the whole, I'll conclude by saying thank you for coming. Thank you for maintaining the momentum that was generated in May 2021 when the Prime Minister went to Saudi Arabia, met the Crown Prince, and inshallah, collectively, we will see through the responsibility given to us by our leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you very much, sir. And may I now request His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud for his remarks, please.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. First, let me extend my sincere thanks to the government and people of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan for the warm hospitality I've received on my visit here today. This is my second visit to Islamabad, and I'm always very happy when I'm able to come and visit my brother and my brother Mahmoud Mahmoud Quraishi to discuss together how we can continue to build on this very, very strong relationship. As you mentioned, Your Excellency, we have a very strong bond. We have a relationship that goes back many decades and that is founded in brotherhood, and it has always been that way, and we have supported each other in many areas, and we continue to do so. I am primarily here to follow up on the important visit of the Prime Minister in May to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in which we established the Saudi-Pakistani Coordination Council, a mechanism that we hope will be an important milestone in taking the relationship to new levels, in institutionalizing the relationship and exploring all the opportunities it has to offer. We have worked well together in the past, but I think this will be a much more effective tool in exploring all of these opportunities that we have and ensuring that we build on the history of this great relationship. And as you mentioned, Your Excellency, it is important that we maintain and we build on the momentum of that important visit by the Prime Minister of the Kingdom, and that's why I am here today. And we had a very, very fruitful discussion, His Excellency and I, on the bilateral. We discussed all the areas of alignment that we have, and it's clear that we are aligned across a broad spectrum of issues and that we continue to work well together on those issues. We focused very much on the economic side of the relationship, as His Excellency mentioned, and on the opportunities to expand that relationship beyond the traditional areas that we have now into much broader investment and much broader cooperation. Technology was also an area where we talked about, Your Excellency, and I think it's important that we encourage the business communities on both sides to engage very effectively, and that will be part of the work that we do together through the contact groups that we have formed now. And of course, environment was also a key area where we discussed the very strong leadership that the Prime Minister Imran Khan has shown on the issue of environment and the areas of cooperation that exist based on the Middle East Green Initiative, Saudi Green Initiative, and I think there are great opportunities there to continue to work together, and we look forward to expanding that also into an institutional framework, and I know we are working on agreements in that regard as well. We talked, of course, about the valuable contribution that the Pakistani community is making to Saudi Arabia's economy, and to the continuing development of that, and how we can expand the opportunities for Pakistanis in the kingdom. We talked, of course, about the challenges that COVID-19 has imposed on all of us. Pakistan has done exceptionally well in facing the pandemic, but nonetheless it has imposed challenges, travel restrictions, all of these. We are working to lighten those challenges on all of us. One of the things I was able to inform His Excellency of is that 1.7 million Pakistanis have received vaccines in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as part of the Kingdom's commitment to providing vaccines free of charge to all members of the community in the Kingdom, Saudis and otherwise, and that's an important part of making sure that the Pakistani community in the Kingdom can continue to work and continue to contribute to the Saudi economy. We are very proud of the contribution that Pakistan has made and Pakistanis have made, and we will continue to work to improve the opportunities in that regard. Regional affairs, of course, were also present in our discussions, and there also we found clear alignment. We have a very, very aligned view as towards the priority to regional stability, regional security, dialogue, and resolving issues through dialogue. And we found that security is key. We discussed that security is key to economic prosperity, and security is key, and stability is key to economic prosperity, and we agreed to continue to work together on all the regional issues, whether it's Jammu and Kashmir, whether it's Palestine, whether it's the issue of Yemen, etc., and coordinate our positions accordingly to make sure that we can continue. Afghanistan, of course, was an issue of discussion, and we will continue to work together to try and facilitate security and stability throughout both of our regions, and we are, I think, committed to that, and I hope we continue to work together, my brother, now and in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you.
Thank you.
वजीर खारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी और सऊदी हम मनसब की मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस आप मुलाहिजा कर रहे थे। वजीर खारजा शाह महमूद
जबकि इसके अलावा वो अहम शख्सियात से पाकिस्तानी क़यादत से मुलाकात भी करेंगे। शहज़ादा फैसल बिन फरहान आले सऊद एक रोज़ा दौरे पर पाकिस्तान में मौजूद हैं। दफ्तर खारजा आमद पर उन्होंने वज़ीर खारजा शाह महमूद कुरैशी से मुलाकात की। वफूद की सतह पर मुज़ाकरात हुए। पाकिस्तान और सऊदी अरब के दरमियान मौजूद ताल्लुकात को मज़ीद वुसअत देने के हवाले से मुख्तलिफ उमूर का जायज़ा लिया गया। इलाकाई मामलात पर भी बातचीत हुई, जबकि मुश्तरका प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में इस बात का अज़्म किया गया कि पाकिस्तान और सऊदी अरब मुश्किल वक्त में एक दूसरे के साथ हमेशा खड़े रहे हैं और हमेशा एक दूसरे के साथ होंगे। ये थी